don't win, you get to come home with memories and friends, and it's fantastic, the stuff that we're doing, and the barriers that we are honestly breaking. So it's,
and I think too, like, we all, or let me speak for myself, when I'm competing at these pageants, yes, everyone wants to win, but I am setting goals for myself that has nothing to do with winning. And I tell all of the girls that ask me, okay, what's your biggest form of advice? What do you think I should think going into this? Set goals for yourself that has nothing to do with winning. Because if you are competing in pageants only to win, you are missing the joy of it. You are completely missing the point. You are completely missing everything that you could be receiving. You are letting yourself down if the only thing you can think of is the reason why I want to compete is because I want to win. There are so many things that can happen throughout your journey of pageants that have nothing to do with winning, from meeting new people to having new experiences to also just being able to get to know more about yourself. I think that pageants are the most and the quickest and effective way to get to know who you are. Like, it is hands down the quickest way for you to get to know, okay, who am I and what impact do I want to make? That's what platforms are. That's what initiatives are, and all these things that we do. That's what it is. And, think of something else other than winning, because at the end of that's what it is. And think of something else other than winning, because at the end of the day, the odds are stacked against everybody on that stage. It's like 1 to 50. There are there's a 49%. That math is wrong. Don't quote me. But there is I'm sorry, I've been in class all day. There is a chance that you will not win. That is the reality of it all. And that's not saying to not dream big. That's just to say, if you don't win, that doesn't devalue you, and that doesn't take anything away from you. You should leave every pageant looking at it as, I have gained something. Every single pageant you leave, you should be able to look back and say, but I gained this and I gained that. I might not have won, but I did this and I did X, Y, and Z. And you should be proud of what you do, no matter. And that's not to say that it doesn't hurt, because trust me, I have had more losses than wins. But even in those losses, I'm like, you know what though? But like, that was supposed to happen like that. Like, that was supposed to happen like that. If I had a place top 15, I wouldn't have met these people backstage. We wouldn't have been sitting here eating cookies together. Just think about what it could turn into.
Definitely.
Just get on it.
Yeah, I for sure agree. And like you said, I've had many more losses than wins. Or starting last year, I began to think of it as, maybe it's not me losing. It's just God redirecting me, or just saying that it was not my time. But I definitely agree, especially with that, yes, we all love competing. And of course, everyone wants to win a crown and banner. That's why you're here. But like you said, only one person can win. So it's so important to set goals outside of winning that crown. Maybe you want to make a new friend. Maybe you want to score higher in an interview. Or maybe you want to try on a new dress color or something like that. So, hey, listen.
It could be just that simple.
Yep.
It really does not have to be anything like grand or large.
Yeah.
But,
right.
And you're supposed to be where you are at the time that you're supposed to be there. Yep. So don't even look as, it's just not my time. Because the time for you to be at this pageant was at the time that you were at that pageant. Everything happens for a reason, and you are right where you are supposed to be at the time that you were supposed to be there. The story is already written. Why are we stressing? Why are we worrying? Why are we, No point.
Am I mute? Yeah, I was saying that. I'm good now. I was saying I definitely agree. Honestly, guys, Miss Kennedy is speaking. She's speaking the truth. Oh my goodness, it's been so fun interviewing you. I do have a few more questions. Like I said, comment down below if you guys have any more questions for Kennedy. This has felt such like a girl talk. I feel like we've just been talking to ourselves about like everything. I love it. So, do you have like any Black History Month rituals, or maybe any events that you've gone to or that you are expecting to go to for Black History Month?
Yeah, so I wouldn't say like I have something that I do every year. But I did make a post on my Instagram not too long ago, and that was a big deal for me. I used to be very uncomfortable, even though me being African American is obvious. I still used to be uncomfortable about speaking on it, if that makes sense, or making it more obvious than it already is. And I think that me making that post was very monumental for me. I cannot lie. I was shaking pressing the post button on that post, and let alone I put a Beyonce song behind it, so I'm really shaking now. And I'm like, okay, I hope it's just received well. But something that I am doing this month is doing more things to serve my community at my HBCU in whatever capacity that means. Wherever they need me, however they need me, I am trying to be there in the best way that I can, using my resources that I have as Miss Collegiate America and my connections that I have, being able to help them along any way that they need to, because I think in the long run, that's going to help our community and help us grow. And so wherever my HBCU has needed me this month, I have gone. And I don't always post about some of the things that I do because I don't want it to come across as disingenuous. I don't want it to come across as I'm doing this to make this post to show people that this is happening, but more of just, I want to help. I have the ability to help. I have the resources to help. So just let me help. And just let that be it. So a lot of the things that I'm doing for Black History Month are not being posted because I think that it's a chance for me to get reconnected with my community, with my HBCU, because even though I live on campus and I attend this HBCU, I travel a lot and I'm really kind of never here. We actually travel out on Friday to go to Nashville this weekend, which I'm super excited about, but whatever way they need me, I just try to be there. In whatever way that means. Whatever they need.
Mm-hmm. I love that. And especially to the point where you said some of the things that you don't post. And I can definitely agree on that with myself, because I feel like sometimes I'll be like, I love volunteering, but not every single time I volunteer I have to post about it, because I feel like so many times people think that we post every single event we go to, every single time we volunteer. Like sometimes I'll just be volunteering with the family and I just don't want to take any pictures, or I'll go to an event and I just don't want to post about it, So
or you don't want to crown and sash, and you don't want to draw so much attention to yourself, because I truly in servant leadership, like all I have to be on you all the time, because it's not when you serve, you are literally humbling yourself to serve someone else. That's the entire point of it. So I don't always showcase, sometimes I'm just Kennedy. Yeah. I'm not always America. Sometimes I be Kennedy, and Kennedy just wants to bless someone or help someone along their way. It's not always a pageant appearance or anything like that. And I think that Black History Month is the perfect time to differentiate Miss Collegiate America from Kennedy, because Kennedy still has some growing and some educating to do for the community, and that's something that I have to do for myself.
Yes, for sure. I definitely agree. I've been doing lots of self-reflections. I was doing yesterday. I was like, 2023 is the year where I'm reflecting on myself and just seeing what more things can I do for not just me and my community and the pageant community, but just overall how to become a better person. So I agree. My last question for you, and like I said before, comment down below if you guys have any questions for Kennedy. Such an amazing role model. And
I
it has
think there's
been
one,
okay.
but yeah.
You can answer
to
the one if you see, yeah. If you found a question, I think someone did ask you a question. Oh yeah, someone did ask you a question. You can answer right now.
Okay, let me. What is it like going to HBCU? Would you recommend it to others, especially Black women in pageantry? I would absolutely recommend it to anyone who is in pageantry, anybody who is outside of pageants. I mean, go to an HBCU, just try it. You never, ever, ever know the opportunities that could come and arise because you attend an HBCU. I mean, there are certain scholarships that you can receive just for attending a historically Black college or university. I think once you get to know more of the history and why HBCUs are here, you will begin to appreciate them, and then you'll be like, I have no choice but to go to one. HBCUs were created for us, by us, and it doesn't get any better than that. And if you want a sense of family, if you want a sense of you will be prepared when you leave here, if you want a sense of your academic advisors know you, your deans know you, your professors know you, and are able to actually help you matriculate through college and not just get you through, I say come to a HBCU. It's one of the best decisions I ever made, and I'm just so glad that I'm able to attend one. So I recommend it, highly recommend it, and especially for women who are in pageantry, because I think that in pageantry, that's where HBCUs really become to be something that's not so common or more of a taboo. And, we got to put them on the map. So any woman that wants to go to a HBCU, she has my vote.
She has my vote as well. I do not go to an HBCU, but I'm all for HBCUs and going to an historically Black college, because I've seen not only the amazing people that come out of HBCUs, but the familyhood. And I'm going to be honest, it's like no other. I'm going to be completely 100% honest. You guys are like family, and that is something that is just an HBCU experience. So I love it. You got my vote as well. Yes. So if you guys do not have any more questions, my last question for you, Kennedy, is what is a message that you would tell someone